Lane Hurt and Seminoles.com here with the new head football coach at Florida State, Willie Taggart. Coach, you stepped on campus on December 6th. It's been about 2 weeks. What has this process been like for you over the last couple of weeks?
It's been go. You know, someone asked me the other day, how do I enjoy Tallahassee? And I was like, I can't tell you. I hadn't been there long enough to tell you about that. But it was expected, you know, with the early signing period. We had to get out and recruit and, you know, had some guys committed and wanted to get out and see those guys and also see some guys that was committed and decommitted from us and try to see them and then try to add on to some guys that you had relationships with, and then also try to hire some coaches in the whole process. So it's go nonstop, but it's part of the process, and it's also the fun part of it as well.
You mentioned the early recruiting period. Obviously, recruiting is the lifeblood of any program, but with this coming up this week, how has that kind of complicated the transition for you?
It's challenging because, again, you only had so many weeks before it, you know, and when you don't have a complete staff together, it's tough from that standpoint, and kids want to know who the coach is going to be and those things. But you try to sell your vision and what you want and how you want to run your program and explain to them who and what you're looking for as a coach, you know, and making sure that we get the right fit in here and coaches that's going to look out for our players. But it's tough from that standpoint. But again, here at Florida State, a lot of kids grow up wanting to be here, you know, and I think when you can share your vision on top of them wanting to be here, it makes it a little easier.
Well, what is your message to a young man when you sit down with him and his family?
I mean, it's just more of what they want, you know. The university is going to be the university with or without them, you know, and it's more of what they want and selling our program so that they can have all the information they need in order to make a lifetime decision that they're getting ready to make, you know, and I just talk to them about how I am as a coach, you know, and my job is to send them back home better than they left there and not just make them a great football player, but make sure that when they leave there, they're a great man as well, you know. And I'm just a true believer once a young man turns about 22, 23 years old, he's pretty much who he's going to be the rest of his life. So it's really important in these next 4 or 5 years that we help define who he's going to be the rest of his life.
You mentioned your staff. You've got one official hire, Telly Lockett from Oregon State, previously on your staff at USF. What makes Coach Lockett a good fit for your staff, and tell us a little bit more about him?
Well, he's a good coach. He's a good recruiter, you know, and he's a better person, you know. And for me, it's about getting guys in here that's going to help mentor our young people. And I think that's something that's missing in this profession is we don't do a great job of mentoring these young people, and it's really important that I surround myself and this football team with mentors, guys that's going to help our kids grow, you know, as football players and as men, you know, and help them see what it is they want and show them how to get it, you know. And I just know a lot of those guys, they know what they want and they just don't know how to go about getting it, and I just think all young people need a trusted mentor.
You've mentioned mentoring several times. It's so important to you. As you continue to fill out your staff, what else do you look for? And do you have any sort of a timetable that you're hoping to get things complete by?
Well, you want great teachers. You know, there's a lot of coaches out there that know X's and O's, but if you can't teach it to your players, it doesn't really it don't do you any good. So you want to make sure you're getting really good teachers as well to help our guys grow and develop into the player and the person they want to be. And you know, I plan on having our staff completed here really soon, you know, and again with our staff, it's just about having the right fit, you know, and I have a lot of guys beating down my door trying to be here, you know, and it's just combing through and making sure that you get the right fit here. That's good for our university and for our players.
I know you haven't spent a lot of time in Tallahassee, but the time that you have and the time you've been around the team and the players, what are your impressions of getting to spend some time with them and your thoughts on your team?
I think we have some good football players here, you know, that want be good. They want to do the things that they say they were going to do when they came here, and I saw a couple practices, and they've been highly competitive, and that's the things you look for. But there's some things also that we got to make sure we're doing all the time, you know, and it's my job to make sure that we hold these guys accountable and make sure there's discipline there so they can be the football player they want to be and the student that they want to be. So I'm excited. I can't wait to like implement everything that we want to do with these guys, and it's great because a lot of them come up to you and talk, and which is unusual for me as taking over the program. Usually that takes a while, you know, but these guys seem pretty fired up, and they want to get to know me. I'm excited about getting to know them, and it's going to be fun.
You picked up the phone last week and called Bobby Bowden. First off, why was that important for you to do? And second, what was that conversation like?
It was important because Bobby Bowden is Florida State football, you know, and again, growing up, you wanted to play. I wanted to play for Bobby Bowden, you know, and I understand what he means to this football program and the guys that came before and guys that played for him. You know that Florida State University is everything to him, and so it was really important that I reach out to him. And I remember hearing him speak one time, and he talked about faith, football, and family, and that's how I've been trying to run our football program everywhere I've been. And so it was great to reach out and just to hear him. You know, every time you hear him or you hear him talk, he's going to give you some nugget that's can help you in a long ways. And I just wanted him to know that he's always welcome to come out here, and he don't have to pick up a phone and call me or anything. He just show up. You know, I should be calling him, and you know, but I just wanted him to know he's always welcome around here, and I would love to see him around in practice and be able to give me some advice here and there. You know I don't have it all, you know, and I can learn a lot from him. You know, so the conversation was great. You know, he was upbeat, fiery. It was early in the morning. I was shocked, but then I was told he gets up about 4 in the morning, so it was like half the day was over with for him by the time I called. So, but it was really nice to hear him and talk to him. But I just wanted him to know he's always welcome here.
And what's it meant to you to hear support from former players like Deion Sanders, Charlie Ward, and have you heard from other players, and has that been important to you as well?
Yeah, I've heard from a lot, and that's really important, you know, because those guys helped build this football program to what it is today. And I think, again, you look at all the great programs out there, a lot of it is about their former players and the pride and passion they have for their football program. And I think it's important for our current guys to understand that too, that there's a lot of guys that came before them that helped get this program to where it is, and we owe it all to them to make sure we keep this thing up on a high level. And I want our guys to appreciate and recognize and understand those guys came before them, and I want our guys to play like those guys that came before them, because they're some really good football players. But the one thing you sense is that they love Florida State University, and they love this football program, and they want to get it back to their winning ways like it should be. And I'm excited and fired up to help make sure I fulfill their dreams as well.
Finally, has it sunk in yet?
It hadn't. You know, it hadn't. I told one of the recruits' parents the other day, it still hadn't hit me yet. You know, I think because I've just been on the go. But I think here after signing day, there's a little dead period and have a little time down, I'll be able to sit back and reflect, and I think it'll finally hit me at some point.
Well, thanks, Coach. I appreciate you taking
Thank you
some
very
time.
much.
You'll hear more from Coach Taggart on Thursday as Florida State continues to sign players for this early signing class. You'll also hear from interim head coach Odell Hagens as Florida State continues to prepare for the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl. For Coach Taggart, I'm Lane. Go Noles.